I have a 22.5-inch waist, and you guys always ask me how I'm so skinny. And FYI,
before we get into this, make sure you watch the previous video in its entirety. And for the most part, she is not wrong. To lose weight, you need to eat less calories for long enough for you to get to where you want to be. This is the laws of the universe. But how low can you go? What is the smallest, leanest version of yourself that is also the healthiest version of yourself? Lucky for you, we can actually predict exactly where your lowest healthy waist target should be. Now, the creator in the previous video mentioned that her waist was about 22.5 inches. Does that mean you should aim for 22.5 inches? Absolutely not. You should be aiming for a waist that's relative to your individual height. Now, to figure out what your ideal waist is at your leaner self, so this is going to put you at about 17 to maybe 20% body fat. You're going to take your height, preferably in centimeters, and you're going to times that by this number here, 0.382. This is for your small waist. This is above your hips and below your ribs. For most women, not every single woman, but for most women, this is probably a very good cutoff in terms of how lean you should get. If you go lower than this, you're potentially putting yourself at risk of menstrual cycle issues like loss of period or dysregulated periods. Not always, not all women, but just generally speaking, the lower you go below this number, the more at risk you are of these potential issues. And that's just because you're starting to push into the really low body fat ranges. It's like a male going from 10% down to like 9, 8, 7%. As a woman, you probably don't want to be pushing any lower than about 17-ish percent, maybe 16. By that point, you basically have ripped abs on the beach. And if you have any questions on that, let me know.